chance here, so he's going along well. Right, Fran, you can take us to the start. Nice and open this.
Tom wide open is right, and based on our earlier handicap where they finished very well strung out, conditions obviously going to have a big hand in the finish, and also with the far side in the early race being the place to be, that was belied by Black Caviar Gold winning our previous race down towards the near side of the track. So again, highly interested with a full field here in the straight track at Cork, how it pans out. I'm fascinated by Starting Monday. 4 years since he won a race, he went down last down to the start. Not an easy horse to get organised in the preliminaries, but when he's on song, when he's got his conditions, he can be effective. He's in stall number 6 for Billy Lee. He is a pace angle, along with number 4, Clever and Classy, stall 12 for that one. And she's a highly likeable type in all right for all the conditions. May not fully be in her favour here today. And Popadom, number 17, in stall number 20, also one that is likely to roll forward here as well. Interested to see how the handicap debutant for trainer Joseph O'Brien and Dylan Brown McMonigal performs here today. Little booting. It was inside last 75 yards at Ballinrobe last time. Just a hint when she joined 2 or 3 weekend arrivals that there was something to work with for connections there. And given is her first run to grass on that occasion, she should, in theory, have learned plenty. And her opening mark of 52 looks fair based on what she's done. And one would think there could be more improvement to come. She's by Calix. 15, Not Simple, cracking handicap debut on that occasion at Cork here last time on the round track over a mile. Stall 4 here today, is currently in the stalls there. Luke McIntyre takes the ride, and again, that was a cracking effort. The ground tonight being the unknown question, but dropping back a furlong and trip would look a good fit given how she travelled on handicap debut then, and she is the mount of rider Luke McIntyre. Stall 1, keep an eye on Driacht there as well. Just puts himself in the back foot out of the gates, but his 2 runs this season have been good, including with a little ease in the ground at Bellewstown a couple of weeks ago. He is the mount of rider Gavin Ryan, and he will be drawn inside towards the near side as the last 2 go for Linger for Longer. Number 1, horse that's won here in the past, also a stall angle in stall number 10. We'll get out to Peter for the call.
And they're off for the play. Final one standing by William Hill, handicap over 7 furlongs. Linger for Longer is one of the early leaders. Also close up, Clever but Classy as they settle down. Van Crolock towards the near side in red and green colours. The overall leader in the early stages, with Shangar close up. Also close is Sovereign Banter over towards the far side, Linger for Longer. In the centre in blue and white colours with the noseband is Clever and Classy. Pushed along to chase the leader stand side is Alishba, but they're well strung out. Van Crolock leading, Sovereign Banter. Linger for Longer the far side. Clever and Classy is close up, not far off them. In the green and pink colours is Not Simple as they head on. They've passed the halfway stage. Linger for Longer over towards the far side, towards the near side Van Crolock. Between them Sovereign Banter, Clever and Classy. Not Simple with the pink sleeves over towards the far side, chased by Laura's Girl. Not too many more getting into it at this stage. They've less than 2 to race. Linger for Longer tackled by Clever and Classy. Sovereign Banter in the black and blue over towards the far side is Not Simple. This quartet fighting it out ahead of Laura's Girl. Van Crolock. Popadom is staying on down the stand side, but inside the final furlong over towards the far side, Not Simple leads. Clever and Classy in second. Sovereign Banter, Linger and Longer next. Less than 100 yards to race out in front. It's Not Simple. Luke McIntyre winning from Clever and Classy. Popadom, Sovereign Banter up for 5th. Micasso ahead of Linger for Longer.
Yeah, stall 4 wins, beats 12, then 20. So they were eventually across the track, but they're pretty strung out as well. And stall 4, well, you could call that a little way out. We saw a Clipper Not Simple finishing second last time, dropping back in distance seems to have worked well. And second go in a handicap. And it was another race where a couple of furlongs out, you thought, well, that's probably game over. And racing of the forward group right over towards the far side of it, John.
Yeah, 4 of them went to the 4. Von Crolock, Clever and Classy, Linger for Longer and Sovereign Banter. And they had a break on the field, and really there's only 2 got into the race. Popadom, the eventual third, on their side in the pink colours. But mainly it was over on the far side, Not So Simple under Luke McAteer, who's got to the front well inside around the furlong pole. And although Clever and Classy has kept battling away, that race when he moved from Not Simple was good enough. And we'll say from early in the race, and the 4 horses I mentioned, from some way from home, they had built up a lead over the rest, and the vast majority never got involved at all. Von Crawlock from stall 23 raced or angled more towards the centre of the course, but the winner came from stall 4 and raced far side when we see it at the finish, the left of the picture as we're seeing there. And although the form in the mile handicap last time was pretty weak and hasn't really worked out at all, it's relatively easy days, early days rather, for the horse. And yeah, she's done that nicely in the end. Different ground as well. All her runs, including a handicap debut on a sound surface. But a soft ground here has been no worry for her at all. And they'll just be hoping that the handicapper now doesn't hit her any more than a £9 rise. She can keep in a 0 to 60 company after this.
Won't do more than given where the second is, it'd be harsh, wouldn't it?
They can hit them. They can. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be a bit of a tentative a few days for the connections, looking at what sort of marks she'll get after this. But very few have gained. I've got it into the race. I think it shouldn't be more than 9 because they're well strung on account of the grounds. A lot of them just haven't acted on it.
It's not like she's finished 6 lengths clear of the second.
No.
Who? I think 9 would be hard.
It would be, but hopefully they'll get under that anyway, and it should be good enough to get into another 0 to 6.